Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the design of FIR filter using the Fourier series method. Okay, so in previous videos we discussed the several methods in order to design the IAR filter. Okay, so you know that in the design of IAR filter, so what are all the methods we are using? So in IAR there is no straight procedure in order to design the digital IAR. First, we have to use the analog approximation. We may use either Butterworth approximation or Chebyshev approximation. Then we may convert the corresponding analog Butterworth filter or analog Chebyshev filter into digital, okay, corresponding digital filter using the various methods. So we discussed the three methods: impulse invariant method, bilinear transformation, and approximation of derivative matched Z transform. Okay, so in that we solved using impulse invariant method and bilinear transformation. We solved nearly the 10 problem, a university problem we solved. Okay, so that is the second unit in your syllabus. So now we are going to see the third unit. So the third unit, it is a FIR. So you know FIR means finite impulse response filter. So in order to design the digital FIR filter, there is a straight procedure is there. Okay, so here no need to design analog FIR. Then we have to convert into digital, no need. Okay, so straightly we are designing the digital FIR filter. Okay, so in order to design the digital FIR filter, so there are so many methods are there. So the first method, it is a Fourier series method, and that is similar to this Fourier series method. The second method, it is a windowing technique. So using Hamming window, Hanning window, rectangular, boatlet. Okay, there are Blackman. There are so many windowing functions are there. So using that windowing function, we may design the digital FIR. That is the second method. And the third method is a frequency sampling method. Using frequency sampling method, we can design FIR. Okay. So now in this video, we are going to discuss about the steps to be followed in order to design the FIR filter using Fourier series method. Okay. So the Fourier series method and the second method, windowing technique, both are that is same only, except only one step. This Fourier series method and windowing technique, the steps are more or less same. Okay, so first we have to discuss about this Fourier series method. So in Fourier series method, so the first one, so in order to design this FIR, so what is the specification they given means the frequency response h of e power j omega, it will be given. Okay, so from the frequency response, we have to find, the first step is to, we have to find the desired impulse response hd of n. Okay, so the desired impulse response hd of n, we have to find out from the given frequency response of the FIR filter. Okay, that is the first step. And the second step is to from the desired impulse response, this impulse response, it is having the infinite duration, n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. But here we have to design FIR. FIR means finite impulse response. That is, finite means the impulse response is having the finite value. So in problem itself, they will mention for capital N equal to 11, 7, 9, they will mention. So we have to limit this desired impulse response to either 11 sample or 9 sample or 7 sample. We have to restrict. It's the second step. Then if you are taking Z transform of that desired response h of n, we can get the transfer function of the digital FIR filter. Okay, so that's all. Only the three steps we are going to follow in order to provide this Fourier series method. Okay, so you see, so we know that the frequency response of the system is periodic. Okay, so with the period is 2 pi. Okay, already we studied in signals and system, the frequency response of the any system h of e power j omega, it is periodic with period 2 pi. Okay, so already you know that the Fourier series analysis. Okay, so Fourier series analysis we may use for any periodic function. So that's why we are going to take the Fourier series for this periodic function. That's why this method is called as a Fourier series method. Okay, so the first one, so you see, the frequency, the desired frequency response, hd of e power j omega. It is nothing but it is a Fourier transform of the desired impulse response. Okay, so you know what is capital H, what is small h? Small h is mentioned impulse response. Capital H of e power j omega is nothing but the discrete time Fourier transform of this particular sequence hd of n. Okay, so if you are taking Fourier transform for the impulse response, we can get the frequency response. Okay, so in our problem, hd of e power j omega, it will be given. Okay, so from that, how can you calculate this impulse response? So the impulse response is calculated by taking the inverse discrete time Fourier transform of the hd of e power j omega. Okay, so what is the formula in order to find the inverse dt of t? So hd of n is calculated by 1 by 2 pi integration over minus pi to pi hd of e power j omega into e power j omega n d omega. So this is the inverse dt of t of hd of e power j omega formula. Okay, so using this is the first step. Okay, so in order to design the our FIR filter design, so from the hd of e power j omega, we have to find the desired impulse response. Okay, so you just remember this formula in order to find the desired impulse response. Then the next one, so after calculating the hd of n, okay, so you know this hd of n is of infinite duration for the n value between minus infinity to infinity. Okay, so since we are substituting n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, we can get different infinite number of samples we can get. But our aim is to design only the FIR transfer function. So that's why this hd of n for n is minus infinity to infinity, we have to restrict to some finite samples. Okay, so this series we can be truncated. Okay, so truncate means we have to keep, so how many samples we want, we have to keep that center 11 sample or 9 sample. We have to discard the remaining sample. Okay, that is said to be the truncation. So here you see the h of n. Okay, so our impulse response of the FIR filter h of n is equal to hd of n for the modulus of n is less than or equal to n minus 1 by 2. That is if n capital N is 11 means for the small n between minus 5 to 5, we have to keep the sample. The remaining sample, we have to discard it. Okay, so that is nothing but a n equal to capital N equal to 11. If the capital N equal to 7 means the small n lies between minus 3 to 3. Okay, so since you count it minus 3 to 3, how many samples are there? 7 samples. Okay, minus 5 to 5, how many 7 samples are there? 11 samples. Okay, so we have to keep only the center, either 7 sample. If n is depending upon the value of n, we have to take that samples. Okay, then for this impulse response, we have to take Z transform means that is the transfer function of our FIR filter. Okay, so what is the Z transform formula? So you know h of Z is equal to summation, that is actual Z transform formula is n equal to minus infinity to infinity, h of n Z power minus n. So here the h of n is having the value only for minus of n minus 1 by 2 to plus n minus 1 by 2. So that's why the h of Z is calculated by summation n equal to minus of n minus 1 by 2 to plus n minus 1 by 2 h of n Z power minus n. Okay, so simply you substitute the h of n value and you just expand the summation. So you substitute the lower limit. So instead of the n, you just substitute minus of n minus 1 by 2 means we can get h of minus n minus 1 by 2 into Z power minus of minus plus n minus 1 by 2. Okay, similarly, if you are substituting, if n equal to minus 2 means h of minus 2 Z squared plus h of minus 1 Z power 1 plus if n is 0 means the center value h of 0 into Z power 0, it is 1. Similarly, h of 1 Z power minus 1, h of 2 Z power minus 2 and so on. Okay, so if you are expanding, we can get the transfer function like this. Okay, so in that, So we know that the all FIR filters are the linear phase FIR filters. Okay, so linear phase FIR filter means, the impulse response, it satisfies the condition H of n is equal to H of minus n. Okay, so already we discussed this point in the realization of FIR filter, linear phase realization. Okay, so H of n is equal to H of minus n. That means H of 1, H of minus 1 both are equal. H of 2, H of minus 2 both are equal. So you see, except this center sequence H of 0, this H of minus 1 and H of plus 1 values are equal. Similarly, the coefficient H of minus 2 and H of plus 2 equal. Similarly, H of minus n minus 1 by 2, H of n minus 1 by 2 sequence are equal. Okay. So if you are combining these two things means we can get. So if you are taking, okay, so you just combine H of minus 1 z power 1, H of 1 z power minus 1. If you are combining, we can write H of 1 outside z power 1 plus z power minus 1. Okay, so you see, so we can write it as, so generally we can write it as H of z is equal to H of 0 plus summation n equal to 1 to n minus 1 by 2 H of n z power minus n plus H of minus n z power n. So in this case also, this H of n, H of minus n, both are same. Okay, so both values are equal. So we can write H of n outside. So we may reduce the transfer function H of z is equal to H of 0 plus summation n equal to 1 to n minus 1 by 2 H of n z power minus n plus z power minus n. Okay, so this is the transfer function of our FIR filter. Okay, but this above transfer function, it is not a physically realizable. Okay, so this is this system, it is an anti-causal filter. That is, anti-causal filter means it depends on the values of future sample also. Okay, but so the anti-causal systems are not physically implemented, physically realizable. So in order to convert this physically not realizable system into realizable system, we have to multiply this H of Z, okay, the transfer function H of Z with Z power minus of n minus 1 by 2. If you are multiplying this transfer function, the non-causal transfer function with Z power minus of n minus 1 by 2, we can get the realizable transfer function. Okay, so Z power minus of n minus 1 by 2, you multiply with this thing. Okay, so if you are multiplying all Z power, this plus n, it is converted into Z power minus n. So we can get the physically realizable filter. Okay, so these are all the steps to be followed in order to design the FIR filter in Fourier series method. Okay, so this procedure is also one of the important theory question. Okay, so discuss the steps to be followed in order to design the FIR filter using Fourier series method means you just write down these steps. Okay, so it is also one of the 8-mark or big question. Okay, so what is the first step? First step, from the given frequency response, we have to find the desired impulse response. Okay, using this formula. You just remember this formula. HD of n equal to 1 by 2 pi integration over minus pi to pi. HD of e power j omega into e power j omega n d omega. Okay, then this impulse response is of infinite duration. But we want to design FIR filter. So that's why we have to restrict this impulse response to only the desired number of sample. Okay, either 11 sample or 7 sample, 9 sample, depending upon the problem. Okay, then after that, for that impulse response, we have to take Z transform means we can get the answer. Okay, so in that case, so if the filter, FIR filter is a linear phase, FIR filter means, so the sequence H of n and H of minus n remains same. Okay, so that's why if you are combining, we can get the transfer function H of Z is equal to H of 0 plus summation n equal to 1 to capital N minus 1 by 2 H of n Z power minus n plus n. This is the second step. And the next one, this transfer function is not a physically realizable FIR transfer function. So in order to convert into realizable FIR filter, we have to multiply this h of z with h of z power minus of n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so we can get the realizable digital FIR filter transfer function. This is said to be the design. Okay. So in the next video, we are going to solve the problem. Okay, so we are going to solve low pass filter, high pass, and band stop filter in this Fourier series method. Okay, so that is a big question. Then similar to this, the second method is the windowing technique. So in windowing technique also, we have to use the same method. In addition, that is in the truncation, okay, except the truncation of this HD of n, in second step, we have to multiply some windowing function with the HD of n in order to get the finite impulse response. Okay, so that is the only difference in that windowing technique. Okay, so after discussing the problem of Fourier series method, we will discuss the different windowing technique. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe my channel for more videos, and please share this video to your friends also. If you want to learn all lecture videos related with this subject, digital signal processing or discrete time signal processing, in my channel, in the name of the DSP or DTSP, the playlist is there. In that playlist, all videos are available in order. You can learn. I will give link for that playlist in the description box. You can refer it. Okay, so thank you. We are going to solve the low pass filter design. Okay, low pass filter design problem in the next video.